What's cooking, WWE Nation? This is Ringside Insider, bringing you fresh wrestling heat every day. Smash subscribe and let's jump right in. The tension backstage was unlike anything WWE fans had felt in years. The cameras weren't rolling, but the whispers spread like wildfire. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief himself, had arrived unannounced at SmackDown. But this wasn't a typical return or a surprise appearance. This was personal. This was family. Just moments before Jey Uso's highly anticipated match against CM Punk at WWE Saturday Night Main Event, Roman and Jey came face to face for the first time in months. What happened next could reshape the entire legacy of the Anoa'i bloodline forever. An unexpected reunion. The blue brand was buzzing. Jey Uso was moments away from stepping into one of the biggest matches of his solo career against the best in the world, CM Punk. Backstage, Jey was warming up, his trademark energy and confidence radiating. Then, the atmosphere shifted. The hallway fell silent. Out of the shadows, Roman Reigns appeared. No entourage, no Paul Heyman, no Solo Sikoa, just Roman, calm, composed, and carrying that same commanding aura that once ruled the entire WWE landscape. Jey froze for a moment, disbelief written all over his face. "You really here?" he asked quietly. Roman nodded. For the first time in months, the two cousins stood face to face. There was no hostility, no prideful standoff. Just mutual respect and something deeper, unfinished business. The chief's advice. Roman broke the silence first. "I heard you got CM Punk tonight. The best in the world, huh? That's no small thing." Oos. There was pride in his tone, but also something familiar. That authoritative tribal calm of a man who had seen everything. He stepped closer, lowering his voice. "Listen, CM Punk plays mind games. He'll make you doubt yourself. But remember who you are. You're not just Jey Uso. You're main event Jey Uso. You earned that name because you stood up to me and survived it. You're built different, you see. Don't let him pull you into his world. Make him fight in yours." Jey listened in silence, every word sinking in. The fiery, rebellious Jey Uso was replaced by a man showing genuine respect for the cousin who once ruled him. A moment of brotherhood. Roman continued, his tone softening. "When I stepped away, I didn't leave because I was done. I left because I knew the bloodline had to evolve. You, Jimmy, Solo, you all needed to find your own strength. But you," he said, placing a hand on Jey's chest, "you're the one who carries the spirit of this family." For a moment, emotion flickered in Roman's eyes. He wasn't the tribal chief addressing a follower. He was a cousin, a brother, a man passing down wisdom. "I'm proud of you, Us," Roman said quietly. Those 5 words hit harder than any punch. Years of rivalry, betrayal, and redemption melted away in that instant. This was the same man who once demanded Jey's loyalty at all costs, now standing before him as an equal. Jey, visibly emotional, managed a soft reply. "You don't know how much that means." Roman's small smile said everything. "I do. Because I've been where you are. I fought for this family, for this name. Now it's your turn to carry it." The Ula Fala moment. Then came the moment that changed everything. Roman reached into his duffel bag and pulled out something familiar. The Ula Fala, the red Samoan necklace symbolizing power, heritage, and leadership. The same one he wore when he declared himself the tribal chief. The air grew heavy. Roman looked at the necklace, then at Jey. This isn't about titles anymore. This isn't about who's at the head of the table. This is about what comes next. He gently placed the Ula Fala around Jey's neck. The gesture was powerful, sacred, and emotional. "Now you have to take our family legacy forward," he said. The locker room fell silent. Everyone watching knew something had just shifted in the WWE Universe. Was Roman passing the torch, or was this a test, a lesson cloaked in tradition? Either way, it was a moment of deep respect, a generational handoff that carried the weight of history. The meaning behind the gesture. In Samoan culture, the Ula Fala represents honor, authority, and respect. It's worn by chiefs during sacred ceremonies. For Roman to hand it to Jey wasn't a simple sign of approval, it was monumental. It meant he recognized Jey as a leader worthy of carrying their family's legacy. But Roman's words told a deeper story. He never said, "You're the new tribal chief." He said, "You have to take our family legacy forward." That meant more than titles. It was about responsibility, the burden of keeping the Anoa'i name strong. Roman may not be stepping away completely, but he's clearly setting the stage for evolution. And who better to lead that charge than the man who proved himself against the chief and grew stronger from it? The CM Punk factor. Roman knows CM Punk better than most. Their paths crossed years ago when the Shield was rising through the ranks, and Roman never forgot those lessons. Punk's greatest weapon isn't just his wrestling, it's his mind. He knows how to manipulate, how to make you doubt yourself. Roman's advice, "Make him fight in your world," was more than tactical, it was spiritual. He wanted Jey to remember that he wasn't just representing himself. He was fighting for generations of strength, pride, and legacy. The Ulafala wasn't just a symbol, it was armor. Backstage reactions. When Roman walked away, others had witnessed the moment from a distance. Solo Sikoa, Jey Uso, and Paul Heyman stood silently, each processing what they'd seen. Solo's expression was unreadable. Was he inspired or threatened? Once considered Roman's successor, he now watched as Jey received the ultimate symbol of leadership. That alone could spark new tensions within the family. Heyman, ever the strategist, looked conflicted. The man who stood beside Roman through every title reign now faced uncertainty. If Jey becomes the new face of the Bloodline, would Heyman follow him or try to influence events from the shadows to restore the hierarchy? Legacy, loyalty, and forgiveness. At its core, this moment was about more than a necklace or a rivalry. It was about family. Roman and Jey's story has been one of love, pain, and pride. When Roman said, "I'm proud of you," it wasn't just closure, it was healing. It was a reminder that no matter how far apart they've drifted, they are bound by something deeper than competition. For the first time, it feels like Roman truly trusts Jey, not just as a cousin, but as a leader who can carry their name into the future. A new chapter for the Bloodline fans are already speculating about what this means for WWE's future. Could this lead to a tribal summit where Roman, Jey, Jimmy, and Solo decide the next chapter of their dynasty? Or is Roman preparing for his final run, setting the stage for Jey to take over officially? Imagine a future where Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa battle for the right to lead the Bloodline, not for power, but for legacy. That would be storytelling gold, a generational conflict born out of respect, pride, and destiny. The final words. Before leaving, Roman turned back one last time. "Remember who you are, Use. Whatever happens tonight, win or lose, the family stands with you." Then he walked away. No spotlight, no theme music, just silence and power. Jey adjusted the Ulafala around his neck. his face filled with emotion and determination. This wasn't just about CM Punk anymore. This was about carrying a family's pride into the future. Roman Reigns may no longer be the tribal chief in the ring, but his influence still shapes everything around him. And with Jey Uso now wearing the symbol of leadership, the Bloodline's next era has officially begun. But one question lingers. Did Roman truly pass the torch? Or did he just light the flame for something even greater to come?